Dynamic lighting is a really cool part of playing online, where it can really add to the immersion for both storytelling and tactical players. Not knowing what's on the other side of that wall really creates a visceral sense of tension. But the problem is if you have players, like online players, who are in opposition to others, or if you want to, or may not have knowledge that others don't have, you may want to indicate something on the map to only some of the players. For example, let's say that this character right here, Lamak, is making perception checks as Zarin over here is trying to sneak up on them. As you can see, if I ping on here, just if Zarin were to fail their stealth check, that would be a way to let them know, but it also would be visible to Zarin as well and would signal to the player, hey, you failed your stealth check, or they made their perception check. I ran across a script that was about 6 or 7 years ago. I don't take credit for it because almost all of it is by the original author, who's still linked to in the script itself. But with the assist of some tools, I extended it a bit to give it some additional functionality. Originally, it had to be tied to a character in the journal in Roll20, and that can be a problem if you have players who are using D&D Beyond or even pen and paper to keep track of their character sheet. What I ended up doing was adding so that it can select by player name or by token name, although that one is case insensitive match across all your tokens. So realistically, you're going to want to use the journal character name or the player name, and I find that latter one to be the most useful. You can even create groups, but first to show you how this works. So Zarin failed their roll. Because I've set it up as a token macro, or a token action as a macro, I've already got preset where I can click on this button and it will ping only this player to let them know what's going on and send a whisper so that the other players don't hear it. And that way, and that player knows there's sound coming from this location, for example, or something of interest there, without breaking, the mystery from the dynamic lighting or letting the other player know they boffed their roll. You can also type this in chat, for example. You can have the message be whatever you like it to be. You can also stack multiple players. So like right now I just have player Uriel, but I can also put myself in there. So it pinged me there as well. There's all sorts of things you could do at this point with this framework. And so I think that could really lead to some very interesting things using the mechanics of the system and the tools we have in order to make our online tabletop role-playing experience better for everybody.